endurance have doubled since their arrival at the Republic. They are Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization.
Trying to figure, but they're, you know how they're 3, 4. Just confusing. It's like 6 or 7.
The platoons are now being aligned from left to right in order to get them into their exact positions for the parade. The next portion of the parade will be our national anthem. We welcome veterans and members of the armed forces to join us in rendering appropriate honors with a military salute. For guests who have not served in the military, it is proper etiquette during the national anthem to place their right hand over their hearts, and for those in the audience wearing headgear, to remove it. Will the guests please rise for the presentation of the colors?
Ah!
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. The parade adjutant now presents the assembled command to the commander of troops.
Morning, First Sergeant. Ready to sport. Aye, aye, First Sergeant. Yeah. Go. Go. Green boys! Green Bay San Diego! All present or accounted for! First Sergeant. Attention to orders! Headquarters! Recruit training regiment! Marine Corps Recruit Depot! San Diego, California! 6 September 2019! The officer of the day today is Captain Larson! The officer of the day tomorrow is Captain Hart! 5 order of S.J. Palmer, Colonel, United States Marine Corps, commanding officers, and set
At the command, officers center march. All unit commanders and dialogue bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that commanding officers would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit leaders would face about, return to their units, and pass the information along to their Marines. Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title of United States Marine Corps. Many who have helped shape our history join us here today. In keeping with the tradition of once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. At this time, we ask that those men and women in the audience who have served as Marines, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in showing our appreciation for the great service to care about our country. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the battalion commander for 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Anthony P. Bariletti.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, and distinguished guests. On behalf of the Commanding General of the Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, and the Western Recruiting Region, Brigadier General Heritage, and the Commanding Officer of the Recruit Training Regiment, Colonel Palmer, it's my privilege to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for Company M. It's also my privilege to welcome today's parade reviewing officer, Sergeant Major Vernon Derby, whose impressive bio you will hear shortly. Sergeant Major, it's an absolute honor to have you here today. Finally, it's my privilege to welcome the members of Marine Squadron 165 that join us for the depot today. Welcome to you all. I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about why I'm so proud of the young men that you've come to see graduate today. But first, I'd like to draw your attention to the Marines standing behind me wearing those distinctive green campaign colors. Well, they certainly don't need my introduction. Everyone knows they are the legendary Marine Corps drill instructors. And ever since a recruit arrives here at the depot, a drill instructor is with them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, everywhere that they go. So they are the heart of what it takes to transform the civilians that arrived all those weeks ago to the proud Marines that see standing before you here today. The many thousands of people we meet in our lives, most will soon forget. But these Marines and all other Marines will never forget the name, face, or that gentle voice of their drill instructor. And so, ladies and gentlemen, upon completion of today's ceremony, I invite you to come down off the bleachers and meet some of these incredible Marines. And as you may know, making Marines requires a team effort. And it all begins with the hard-working Marine Corps recruiters we have spread throughout this great nation of ours. And today I'd like to especially recognize Staff Sergeant Freeland, RS Houston, Texas, who gave the company honor man, Lance Corporal Yanez, the opportunity to earn the title Marine. It was his outstanding performance during recruit training that is testament to the commitment Staff Sergeant Freeland demonstrates day in and day out, not only to find, but to recruit America's finest. Outstanding job, Staff Sergeant. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to draw your attention to the remarkable young men standing before you. Make no mistake, these young men are some of the finest that this country has to offer. When they arrived here, they were young and fit, though some more than others. 18 years of age on average and already in better shape than most of their peers. We made them better. 99% are high school graduates, and 6 already have their college degrees. Further, they demonstrated a courage and a commitment that few of their peers could muster when they raised their right hand and took that solemn oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. And they come from every expanse of the globe, in this case from 8 different countries. Some coming from as far as South Korea and Sudan, while others as close as right here in San Diego. But it was the pursuit of one goal that brought these 512 young men together, and that goal was to earn the title Marine. And 3 months ago, they began our nation's most difficult entry-level training, when they arrived on their buses and stepped onto those historic yellow footprints. And over the course of the next 12 grueling weeks, their drill instructors forged them into a cohesive team of smartly disciplined, physically fit Marines, owning their minds and their bodies, so they proved themselves capable of marching long distances over mountainous terrain, carrying heavy loads on their back with little food or sleep, to always be where they were needed, when they needed to be there to accomplish the mission, beginning the mindset of being the most ready when our nation is least ready. And thanks to the highly skilled marksmanship instructors of Weapons Field Training Battalion, when these young men arrive at their objective, they are capable of delivering precision rifle fire against pinpoint targets at a staggering distance of 500 yards. The Weapons Field Training Battalion is represented here today by Corporal Enchikin, a primary marksmanship instructor for the company high shooter, Private Mark. And so now, having completed the longest, toughest, most demanding entry-level training in the world, these young men stand ready to carry on the legacy of our Corps as our nation's naval expeditionary force in readiness, prepared to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And it's because of these reasons, for the journey that they've made, and the mental, physical, and moral development that they've displayed, which was based on a foundation you laid, that it is my privilege to proudly introduce to you the 512 young men who, through their blood, sweat, and tears, are now and forever will be proud to claim the title Marine. Now, excuse me a moment while I address our new Marines just one last time. Good morning, Marines. That, ladies and gentlemen, is pure pride. Pride in themselves and pride in the titles that they have earned. So, Company M, I know it feels like forever ago when you first arrived on those yellow footprints over there. And I know when you got here, the last thing on your mind was graduation. You were probably thinking, what in the heck have I got myself into, and how do I get them to stop yelling at me? Well, you had a lot to learn. Many miles to run, and many challenges to overcome. But you did it. And you stand here today as America's newest Marines, and we're proud of you. But you should be proud of yourself, because you could even attempt this accomplishment. And when you get home, people will notice the difference. Your friends will look up to you, and when they ask you how you did it, because they will, make sure you introduce them to your recruiter, because your drill instructors cannot wait to meet your friends. But you must always remember, with this new title comes new responsibility. The key strength of our Marine Corps is not found in our weapons or equipment, but in the strength, character, and warfighting spirit of the individual Marine. That's what matters most in combat, and that's what sets us apart. So always remember that, and hold on to it. For the legacy of our Corps, of not only first to fight, but to always win our nation's battles, belongs to you now for safekeeping. And always remember that that Eagle Globe and Anchor that was placed in your hands on top of the Reaper represents 243 years of Marines that have come before us. You must always endeavor to be worthy of that legacy and protect what you've earned. So on behalf of the officers, drill instructors, and support personnel of Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego, it is my privilege to be the first to wish you fair winds and following seas, Semper Fidelis Marines, and welcome to the Corps.
Now taking his position in the reviewing area is today's parade reviewing officer, Sergeant Major Vernon Derby, Group Sergeant Major, 1st Marine Expeditionary Force Information Group. He is accompanied by Sergeant Major Mark R. Chabot, Sergeant Major, Recruit Training Regiment.
Regiment! Attack! Present! Oh!
Sergeant Major Derby attended Marine Corps recruit training in 1993 and subsequently gained the MOS of 7041, Marine Aviation Operations Specialist. Sergeant Major Derby served in a variety of challenging billets in numerous commands to include serving as a drill instructor, senior drill instructor, and series gunnery sergeant for 1st Recruit Training Battalion aboard Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Paris Island. The operations chief, ground training chief, and assistant wing operations chief for Marine Aircraft Wing Group 3. The first sergeant for Battery 1, 1st Battalion, 11th Marines, and the company first sergeant for Service Company, headquarters and Service Battalion, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego. As a sergeant major, he served as squadron sergeant major for Marine Aero Refueler Transport Squadron 352, and the battalion sergeant major for Assault Amphibian School. Sergeant Major Derby is currently serving as the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force Group Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major Derby's personal decorations include the Bronze Star Medal, Meritorious Service Medal, 2 Gold Stars in lieu of 3rd Award, Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal, and the Combat Action Ribbon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sergeant Major Derby.